Hello, this is Ashi from Crafting with Ashi and welcome to this video. This is the project we're making today. It's a beautiful bookmark. So let me show you what I did. So I've got a piece here of Blackberry Bliss, and this measures 7.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and then I've got a piece of Whisper White and this measures 7 by 3 inches. Okay, and then I've got some more scraps of Whisper White and of Blackberry Bliss. So let's put those scraps aside for now and we'll focus on this piece. And we're going to be doing some stamping. And the initial stamps that we're going to use is this one called Pop of Petals. We're going to be using all of these flowers. And we'll be using 3 different colours. We're going to be using Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape and Blackberry Bliss. So let's start off with some Highland Heather, and I don't have enough blocks here, so we're going to have to clean up our stamps and move on, but that's what you would normally do anyway. So I'm just going to stamp randomly, and I tend to do about 3 in each colour. So I'm just going to, as I go along, I've got my simple chamois here and I'm just going to give it a little clean. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there, and then I'm going to take this off and just put this aside, and this one I'm going to use. I'm going to close up this thing now and move on to a darker ink, and if I keep rotating like this I don't tend to stick to one colour and then realise I've not used the others. So this is why I'm doing it like this. So I'm just going to again randomly stamp wherever we want. Okay, and I'm just going to again give that a clean. Okay, and close this up. I always, even though I might use this again, I always close them up, because if I don't, I'm liable to put something in it. I'm liable, my project is liable to end up in it somehow. I just know it will. So this way I try and stop the problems before they even start. And as you can see, I'm using my grid paper to practice stamping, just to see everything's okay, and that's what the grid paper is there for. I have a lot of people who, when they come to class and they make a mess on the grid paper, get upset because they've dirtied my grid paper, but it's there to be used. It's not there to look pretty, as I say to them. Okay, so just clean up that one. Okay, and let's see. I'll go back to some Highland Heather, I think. And now let's see which flowers. You see, it's a great stamp set. Which flowers we haven't used. We've got these 2 that we haven't used yet. Okay, so let's put this on our block. Make sure it's well attached, it's not going anywhere there. Okay, and then same thing as before, find a space. I was about to speak Afrikaans then, and I realised you're not going to understand a word I said, so I had to change at the last minute. Okay, so as you can see, it's filling up there. Give this a little clean. So I've got all of these stamps out, and I don't want, again, something to fall into them and then my project, and then I'll be upset. So let's use some more Blackberry Bliss, I think, to even out the colours. Let's see, where are we going to put this? Right there, I think. Another one down there, and I'm not too concerned if things overlap each other. I'm just going to use this a little bit here to fill in some edges. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. I'm actually going to keep that one open because I'm about to use it again. So clean my stamp off, and then this stamp set, this stamp here, comes as a trio, but I actually cut them up so I could have each one individually, and just shows you can do that and it won't ruin your stamp at all. So now I can stamp each one individually instead of having to stamp it all as a trio. And of course if I wanted again as a trio, well then I just stamp them, put them all on the block together and stamp. So it works well for me. Okay, so then we're going to close up our Blackberry Bliss. We're going to go back to our gorgeous grape. I'm going to just clean that one off. And then we're going to come back to these other two little flowers here. And make sure we use everything. You can see here where I've cut, you know, but as you can see, it hasn't affected the stamping at all. All I'm doing here is filling in the gaps. And you can make this as busy as you want. So just clean that one off. Okay, and we'll use this last one here. See where we have some gaps, or if I've made a mess with stamping somewhere, then I can use a small flower like this to cover up any mistakes. But for now, I think that's going to do. Actually, I can just see one place I want it to be. I like things to come off the edges because I think it gives it a little bit more interest. Okay, so I think we're going to stop there before we go overboard. You might have thought I've got overboard already. What do you think? Let me know. Do you like it busy or do you like more white space? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so that's our stamp piece like that. So I can put that aside now. Actually, let's stick this down first. So we're going to get our big piece of Blackberry Bliss, and I'm just going to stick this down with some snail. And there's no top or bottom, so it's fine. We're just going to put this sort of in the centre, like that. And then we're going to definitely now put that aside, and we're going to bring back our little piece here of Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to be using this stamp set called the Dress to Impress now, and we're using the sentiment that says Hello Fabulous. So find a block to put this on, and then I can't remember what colour I used to, let's see, what colour did I use? I used Blackberry Bliss before, so let's use that again. Whoops, see what I mean by keeping things. It's so easy to drop things. That's why I always open them up when I want to use them and close them, because otherwise afterward, because it's so easy to have an accident and you spend all that time on your wonderful project and then you drop it in an ink pad and it's ruined and you cry. So I always close them up when I'm finished so I can reduce the chance of an accident. That's why I also clean my stamps. You'll see quite often as I go along, especially where I've got something like Blackberry Bliss that just seems to get everywhere on me as well, because it just means that there's less chance of an accident later on. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out with the 1.5 inch circle punch, and it fits it beautifully. So let's see. There we go. And then I'm going to be using the story label punch and a piece of our Blackberry Bliss here. Okay. And then get that out the way. And then I am going to use just a little bit of Tombow on the back of this because I want to have a bit of wiggle room. So I'm going to use the Tombow. And as I was saying in every video, I'm much happier with my Tombow since I stored it in this, which is for nail varnish but works brilliant for Tombow. Storing it upside down like that for me has been a real game changer. So now I'm just going to put this in the centre of my story label punch, trying to get it even on both sides, and that's when the Tombow is so useful. And then, as it's going to be a bookmark, I don't want a lot of dimensional, so I'm just going to stick it down with some snail. And we'll put it about here. That's fine. And then last finishing touches, we're going to be using some rhinestones. So let me get my pokey tool. I'm going to use one of these middle-sized ones. I'm just going to put one there. Okay, so clear the decks. This is what we just made. That's the one I made earlier. I like them both. What do you think? Do you prefer one to the other? I think they're much of a sameness. What do you think of the project? Let me know. I do hope you enjoyed it though. And if you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want any information on this project, e.g. supply list, etc., it'll be on the blog post. And that's on my website, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. That includes my new Facebook group, which is a place where we can share projects, chat, and just talk about all things crafty. And it's a great place to share your own projects and creations, which I love to see. So please do pop over and join that. Thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!